Hello everyone and welcome back. In our last session we talked about the power of Postman and Newman for API testing. Today we are taking it to the next level. This is the video where we create a fully automated workflow by integrating our Newman tests directly into a Jenkins environment. I am going to give you a guide on how to make this happen step by step. First, let's quickly understand the big picture. By integrating Newman with Jenkins, you are building a core piece of your continuous integration process. This means every time you push new code, Jenkins will automatically run your API tests. This is your safety net, ensuring that recent commits, which means the recent changes, did not break any existing functionality. This is how modern teams work. So there are two main ways we can set this up in Jenkins. First, there is a Freestyle project, and think of this as a user-friendly, UI-driven approach. It's great for getting started, but the method I highly recommend is the pipeline project. And this uses a special file called Jenkinsfile and treats your entire pipeline as code. It's more powerful. So let me name my item as Newman Demo and click the pipeline and click OK. So this I recommend the most. As I said, this uses a special file called Jenkinsfile and treats your entire pipeline as a code. It is more powerful, scalable, and you can version control it right alongside with your application. Basically, it's the professional standard. Now, before we jump into creating this job, we have to get the Jenkins ready. So there are a couple of essential prerequisites, these things that you cannot skip. So first, let's install the NodeJS plugin. So you can go to your Jenkins and hit over to the Manage Jenkins and then click on the plugins. So you can see the available plugins here, and you can search for the Node.js, which is a prerequisite. So here I see that, and you click the install. So this, as you can see, executes our Newman command line. So this is a prerequisite. So let's install that, and you can see the download progress, and it is a success. So once that is installed, we need to configure this Node.js installation. So this is where all the Jenkins, we need to tell the Jenkins what version of Node to use, and this is the important part. We can tell it to automatically install Newman for us. So we go to Manage Jenkins and then Tools. Click on the Tools, and we will add a new Node.js installation. So here you have the Node.js installations section. So click Add Node.js and give a name like Node.js, or any, you can type a number if you know the version, or simply leave it as Node.js, and that's what is the required field. And you can see the checkbox here that says install automatically. Leave it checked. So it installs automatically from nodejs.org, and this is the version, and you can select the latest version. I always select the latest and the greatest. So, and in the field for global npm packages to install, we just type the Newman, because that is the package we need to install automatically for our project, and this is the most important step. And that's it. Jenkins will now handle the rest of every job that it needs. Next, we need to prepare our Postman collection. So hit the save button, and we go back, and we need to prepare our Postman collection. The Jenkins needs your collection as a file to be able to run it. So in our earlier video we saw that we saved the collection, and I can show you one more time. So this is your sample API collection. So you click the three dots and then say export, and we export and export to the recommended version 2.1 and click export. And in the same way, if you have any environment variable file, you need to export that too. In this demo we are using this environment, so we need to export that to a JSON. And the most important step here is to commit this file to your source code repository, for example like a Git or Bitbucket or any other version control. You simply upload the exported JSON file. You can see here the environment file and the collections file, and make sure to commit this file to your source code repository, such as you might be using Git or Bitbucket stash. So this is absolutely critical, the most important step for the pipeline approach to work, because Jenkins will pull this file directly from that version control, the source code repository. So alright, with the preparation work done, let's talk about option A, the Freestyle project. So you have to come here and add a new item, and let's talk about the Freestyle project. So from your Jenkins dashboard, you now click the new item as given here, and you give a name here, and inside, and you click the Freestyle project, and then you click the OK button, and the descriptions are optional. And the first thing you need to do is to go to the source code management, and then you give after you commit your file to GitHub, let's say, you have to specify the repository URL of your source code repository. And if you have any credentials, you can give the credentials to access so that Jenkins can access this URL repository in the Git and download your collection, your project files, which has the JSON collection, so you can download it and run it in the pipeline. So, and also you will see a checkbox here that says provide node and npm bin folder to path. So check this box and then check on this, and you will see the NodeJS here, and let's select that one. And this is the magic step that makes the command line, the Newman command, available. So we have so far configured up to this point the environment. You have to provide the node and the npm, and the most important thing is the build step. This is where you provide the shell script to run your Postman collection. And you can see here I have typed this command. In the same way, you can use Newman run followed by your Postman collection. And if you are using an environment file for your collection, you can say -e and provide the name of your Postman environment. And these two files are coming from your GitHub repo, which you have configured at the top. So that's all the setup you need, and click apply and save this project. And let's do a build now and start this process. And the magic happens in the console output. So if you can click on this, and you can see the job is already running, and it finished running. Amazing. So this is what you have committed. Let's say I just uploaded my collection file, and you can see the Newman command ran, and this is the command that ran, and you can see the results right away in the console output. This is very convenient, and this is exactly the same output that we saw when we ran the script in our local machine. Now this has been automated and pushed it to a Jenkins job, so this job can be triggered automatically every time a developer commits a change to the API code. And there are no triggers right now, but you can trigger every time a remote build happens. In other words, every time a code change happens, it triggers a new build and it triggers this job automatically. But as I recommend, the other option, the demo pipeline, is the one that I recommend even more than the freestyle option. Just try it out and see for yourself. So this pipeline script is another option, and here it looks a little bit almost the same. You have the automatic trigger, and the important thing is the pipeline script. You can get the pipeline script from the SEM, from the Git if you have it there, or you can code your pipeline script directly here. So you can see this is a Groovy script. You can use Groovy. So we have some sample pipelines that we can try. Let's say a hello world. So this is how you code, and you can create stages and what are the steps to execute. And here you will put the Newman command, run command, and that's it. You just save your project, and then there are no builds, and let's see how this one works. So you can click here and see the progress, and here you go, the hello world has been printed successfully. So you can define the stages here and write your Newman code, and this is another way, but I highly like and recommend this one. But you have preference over the freestyle, you can use that one also. So that's how this one works. And the basic difference between the freestyle and the pipeline is that the pipeline has stages that you can create. You can create a stage where you want to, instead of hello, you can create a stage, run API tests, and so on. So this is the convenience that you have here. And you can store this pipeline script in your GitHub or any version control repository, and Jenkins will automatically find and execute your Jenkins file. So this is basically stored in a file called Jenkinsfile. So there you have it. By following these steps, you can clearly see that how you can easily integrate Postman API test into your Jenkins CI/CD process. So this will give you an automated, reliable way to ensure the quality of your API with every single code change. And we have seen it in the earlier video that you can even install the HTML report plugin. So the job will, you can add that to the run command of the Newman run command, and you can even generate the same result in a HTML report, which will be available in the Jenkins as a URL. You can click on it and view the HTML version just like this. So if you like this video, give a like, leave a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.